What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Tuesday, and you know what that means. New packs. Let's go ahead and let's take a look. So once again, we've got the brand new shades of packs that were introduced this year, which honestly might be my favorite Tuesday concept of all time. You've got a bunch of rookies. You see it, Jaden Ivey, Mark Williams, Ochai, and honestly, all three of them look really solid. And then of course, you've got to have the people that are gonna sell the packs. And this guy right here, he's gonna sell the packs. 95 overall, Pink Diamond Ja MOrant. Now, if you guys chose him as a starter card earlier this year, you know exactly what this card can get into. But surprisingly, he's not going to be a must-have card, and we'll talk about that later on. But then you've also got guys like Diamond Ja MOrant, who I'm assuming is just gonna be a very deadly lob threat. For those of you guys that don't know, alley-oops are so much better this year than they were last year. And if he's got some solid defense, he can make a couple teams. You've got the Amethyst Danny Green. I think he's gonna be super solid. The thing about Danny is that he's not the most athletic, and being athletic is kind of the meta this year, especially at the guard position. But if you can knock down your threes and you can play good defense, that's definitely a big bonus. And then you get into the three rookies. Ochai, who looks like he's basically gonna be a cheaper version of Diamond Andre Iguodala, a card that right now is very hard to obtain. And then you've got Diamond Mark Williams, who I think fully evoed is going to be the best natural center in the game that is not a trophy case player. And then last but not least, you've got Diamond Jaden Ivey, who looks like he's going to be legit. I played around with his gold card and his jumper isn't my favorite, but for those of you guys that are Ivy fans, they're still going to bless him up quite nicely. Now, one thing about Pink Diamond Ja and that I like is that he's a good chase card, but he's not must-have. For example, I got the Pink Diamond Westbrook from the trophy case, and that card is still better than Ja, and that makes me very happy because grinding for the trophy case players looks like it ends up being worth it in terms of longevity. Westbrook has 5 more Hall of Fame badges and better stats. Ja's still pretty legit, but the fact that he can't hold limitless range or the clamps badge whatsoever is a little bit concerning. And then one more card that 2K added is something that I know a lot of people are gonna have a bunch of mixed feelings over. Now, when it came to Andre Iguodala, many people were not interested in doing this whole grind because I'm gonna be honest, it is fairly unrealistic, especially for me, someone who's even doing it full time isn't willing to do all this. It's just too much. The fact that you have to, win all these games rather than play. I think if they switched it to play, it could have been more reasonable, but winning, that's just too much. Nonetheless, the player introduced for this Tuesday is Diamond Elgin Baylor. And I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw these challenges, they are extremely overwhelming, but they're actually not as bad as they may seem. And that's not me trying to defend this. I'm just saying that you can actually get this done pretty quickly if you know the method. If you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments and I'll go ahead and make a quick video on it. But there's stuff like 55 and 12. The biggest one that's scary for me is 30 double-doubles with Laker players over multiple games, and then you go down and it just gets crazier. 541 assists, 1,161 points, and the 593 rebounds, which I think is going to be the hardest out of all of these. But nonetheless, I honestly think all of this will only take 10, maybe 12 hours if you know the method. And when it comes to Iguodala, this one still takes like 20 to 30 hours. So even though this really isn't much better, it is a much easier grind than it's gonna be for Iggy. So depending on what you want on your team, he's not gonna be a must-have card, but I think he's gonna end up being a good addition. Nonetheless, man, you guys are here for one thing, and that is to open packs. So let's get right to it. Now, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Currently on that grind to 400K. We are now 6,000 subscribers away from that 400K. It feels crazy to even say that because a year ago, I would have never expected this as an ideal goal, but last year, you guys have truly gone crazy with the support on the channel, so seriously, I appreciate it, man. 450,000 VC there has been secured. It's time to get right into it. Again, the 15,000 VC option, it's not really a bad option for people that spend money, but for people that literally cannot spend money on the game, I still think there should be some alternative options. But the pack gods were good to us last time. We got the Blake Griffin. Can we get the Ja? Because on Friday, it wasn't exactly the best to us. I did not see that Zion, and I did not see that Vince Carter, but I'm really only looking to open a 450 this time because these packs are definitely a lot cheaper. And like I said, these are not exactly must-have cards for me. I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna pull all the rookies anyways, and that's all I really want because I'm trying to grind for that Pink Diamond Cade Cunningham. But yeah, man, Ja Morant, I'm sure he's going to be a dog. He's going to be a rim-running demon. He's not going to be the best defender. He's basically everything we expect out of a Ja Morant this early on. So if you were someone that grinded the trophy case players, for example, the Pink Diamond Rose, the Westbrook that I went for, Iverson, Steve Nash, whoever, all those cards are still going to be fine. And then on top of that, if you were someone who was no money spent and grinded for Donovan Mitchell, don't be concerned, because Donovan Mitchell is still a top tier point guard in this game. He's still on my lineup. Westbrook and Donovan Mitchell are my go-tos. I ended up selling Steph Curry. He's going for way too much MT for what he does on the court. And like I said, man, these athletic point guards are the meta. When you go look at that Donovan Mitchell, I know this card's been out for a week now, but that's a card that's got 80 interior, 80 block, insane perimeter defense. There's literally no other guard in the game right now that is doing that. Not even Marcus Smart, which is just really crazy to say out loud. So it really is nice seeing the love that they show these takeover players, even though they have been a big grind. 2K is kind of rewarding us more for the grind, I feel, this year than in previous years, because before people would grind out like what, 3 tiers of domination for a card that would not even make their team. Now, you don't necessarily have to grind out the domination. You can go ahead and lock in for the takeovers or whatever and actually somewhat feel rewarded. I do think the grind is a little bit bigger than it should be sometimes, but hey man, at least we feel rewarded. Quite the cold start to this pack opening though. We got all 3 of the rookies. Now I just gotta see some shakes, man. Speaking of grinds though, man, I need y'all to let me know in the comments, what exactly have you guys been grinding? Because for me, the one thing I'm excited for in these packs isn't even necessarily the cards, more so the XP. I'm not sure if you guys saw in the top right, but I'm like 5,000 XP away from Pink Diamond Scottie Pippen, and depending on how good Pink Diamond Scottie is, will determine if I really want to grind for Elgin Baylor, because it's almost a given that he's going to be an off-the-bench small forward. Maybe I move AK to the 4 or something like that, but yeah, man, let me know what you guys have been up to. Are you grinding for your first Pink Diamond trophy player? What mode are you grinding? That's one thing I also like, is that you don't have to grind a specific mode for a player anymore. Are you guys going for any of these takeover players? Did you play the draft mode to try to get these takeover players? Because apparently that's the easiest method, but I did the draft mode and it didn't exactly go too well for me. Pack number 16, my favorite number, and it's going to be an amethyst. I believe that's going to be Danny Green. I haven't had the chance to look at the stats of this card. That's not Danny Green. Eastern Conference point guard, number 9. So we're not even getting somebody from the set. Quite unfortunate, but I do believe this card still has some value. Rajon Rondo, man. Honestly, a decent card aside from the fact that he can't shoot the 3. But yeah, man, I need to look into the stats of that Danny Green. DeAndre Jordan, I don't know how good he's going to be. I think Mark Williams is going to be much better, but Danny Green might be a good budget option, assuming he goes for the right price. Back-to-back shakes-ish, number 18. This one's got to be Danny Phantom, right? There it is. There's the super long hair, kind of similar to mine. Shooting guard, number 14 from the Spurs. This man was cooking LeBron and the whole Miami Heat at one point, and then since then he's just kind of fallen off a little bit and stabilized. I think he's playing for what, the Sixers now, but not a bad 3-and-D shooter. Not exactly the ideal person I want on my team. I had him on the Raptors and we had him on the Lakers, 2 teams that I support, and yeah, that didn't go too well. He missed that 1 game winner. Now, I do think fans get a little bit crazy because people were threatening his life and his family over 1 game winning shot. Like, it should never be that serious when it comes to basketball. But anyways, to finish off this box, they're showing me exactly why it's only going to be 1,450 today. Jumping into box number 2. Now, one thing I will say is, if you're at least pulling the rookies, they seem to hold their value pretty well. Like, if you go look at Sapphire, Paolo, and all the rookies from last week, they're still going for like 8 to 10K minimum for Sapphires, which is really surprising because you would think it'd be for the challenges and stuff, but for the challenges, you need an originally owned card. So I'm not really understanding the logic and why the rookies are so expensive. Maybe it's the fact that they evo into their diamonds and their diamonds end up being so nice, but it's funny because their diamond versions only end up being like 5K more expensive. So there's not really much of an incentive to buy their Sapphire versions in the first place. Seeing another shake here at 420. Number 23, you know who else is currently playing for the Bulls? Nobody in this pack opening. I was gonna say Jaden Ivey, but he is definitely a Piston. Nonetheless, we're seeing another amethyst. Honestly, please be Grant Hill. That is the only amethyst I have not pulled in all these pack openings the past 2 weeks, and once again, it's gonna be the boy Danny. Welcome to the team once again. Yeah, I need to see what this card's all about, because if he can defend really nicely, he really might have a chance to play. He could be like a not locked in version of a Chris Mullin, but people also love that Chris Mullin because he's got that nasty normal leaner, and honestly his jumper, even though it doesn't look the fastest, it's quite nice. Please be another rookie, Rudy Gay and Kelly Tripucka. That Rudy Gay, for a card that doesn't have the highest 3, has never missed when I play against him. Like, if you know, basically the way the game works this year is if you know a jumper, you can really knock things down, which is why I always laugh anytime people sag off my Giannis, because he's only got like, what, a 66-3, yet I think I shoot like 70% from 3 with that card. So it's very funny how the game works in terms of difficulty of shooting. Like, greening is hard for some people, but if you know how to green, this game becomes ridiculously easy for others. It's just more so the jump shot timings that are a little bit inconsistent, man. But another thing that's inconsistent right now is these packs, man. We gotta see something out of this. Overall though, let me know in the comments, how do you guys feel about these Tuesday packs? Aside from the fact that they've got those VC only packs that annoy me, I think they're a big dub. These almost feel like Friday packs with the kind of big names that they're adding, because when you think of a Ja Morant, you would have really thought that he would end up being a Friday pack at the minimum. It really is crazy, but at the same time, we're not exactly pulling him, so he's gonna be rare. If Steph Curry and Vince are currently going for like 400 KMT, I'm assuming Ja, even though he's not gonna be the craziest card, but the fact that people see the name Ja Morant are gonna be paying like 450 to 500,000 MT. And for those of you guys paying that much, I really hope you are looking into the stats and the animations, because even though he's still an offensive demon without that Limitless badge, he's definitely got his flaws on the defensive end. And it's looking like this box right here is gonna be another dunce, man. These have not been the greatest, but this is kind of how it started off last time. And then the final box ended up being super nice. Jumping into our final box right here, and it looks like this is gonna be more of a chill lo-fi pack opening, because it's looking like there's not gonna be any cues for any sort of hype music so far. But hey, that's okay, because when I'm opening these packs, I'm not exactly expecting to pull the craziest stuff, man. If you do that, then you're pretty much looking to ruin your own mood. This just kind of gives me the opportunity to chat with you guys a little bit while I open these up. Yeah, so we're definitely getting a lot of the rookies. Aside from that, this is actually a lot worse than I thought it would be. So y'all saw that first week of me opening packs, I managed to pull Pink Diamond Steph Curry, I got Pink Diamond Blake Griffin, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they might have baited me, because since then things haven't exactly been the prettiest. And I just got this feeling that if we're seeing Ja on a Tuesday, we're bound to see something crazy this Friday. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I think it's either gonna be T-Mac, LeBron, or Kobe that we see this Friday. It's been a while since we've gotten, you know, a godly primary small forward, especially when it comes to the Pink Diamond. I understand Vince is technically a primary small forward, but man, the next time Giannis or LeBron get a card in this game, especially because they're Amethyst cards that went for 30 tokens, still to this day can dominate in any Myteam game, those cards are gonna go for a ton of MT, especially Giannis. He gets any card with even a slightly higher 3, and I am willing to pay any amount for that card. He is literally built for 2K23 with how he plays. Oh man, we are really not seeing any shakes today. This is actually quite tragic. This is why I'm glad that you guys get to see me do it, and you guys don't have to do it. I recommend against it. Go buy the cards for cheaper after people like me have done all this stuff for you guys. 15 out of 20. Getting close to 16 out of 20. Can we get lucky with a shake? Now these rookies are going to end up selling for a decent amount, but again, how much are they really going to sell for, because it's not originally owned? I heard that the auction house was glitching, and maybe that's why people were paying for a ton, is because the auction house was showing the cards as originally owned when they actually weren't. Kind of a weird visual glitch, but if you're someone that kind of understands my team from last year, you would know that's a glitch. For people that are newcomers, low-key feel bad for you guys, but hopefully that's something that's already fixed. 19 out of 20. Did we even get a shake in this box? This is actually quite bad. No, this is bad. I can't even get upset. I'm literally stunned. We didn't pull one thing over a ruby. Not one. Don't know what to say about that. We didn't even get Diamond DeAndre Jordan. I'll open a couple singles here, but the more I think about it, I just got finessed. Ronnie 2K LLC, what are we doing here, man? Like, I know I said I didn't need the Ja or the DeAndre or really anyone but the rookies, but that didn't mean that I didn't want to pull them. I would still like to pull them to get some sort of a return on my investment here. This is actually, this might be the worst pack opening I think I've done in a long time. Not even a diamond. Very interesting. On Friday when I opened packs, I didn't even pull a single Zion. I'm talking not even the amethyst. So this is a very interesting streak of sudden really bad pack luck, which is why if you're someone that doesn't open packs, someone like Elgin might actually be worth grinding for, because that's definitely a better alternative than this. 2 more singles. Can we see a miracle? It's not looking like it. We really did not pull Diamond DeAndre Jordan with 450k VC. That is nuts. I'm actually very surprised. That might be more surprising to me than the challenges for Elgin themselves. I'm literally not going to open any more packs. That's terrible. So again, remember what you're walking into. A 95 plus rated player was 2%. The chance of pulling Diamond DeAndre Jordan was 2%. Wow. That's surprising. The chance of pulling Danny Green was 7%, and we didn't get one. The chance of pulling an 87 plus, which is a ruby, is 17%, and we didn't get a single one in that box. Yeah, goodbye.